Hey everybody, Brendan here. Welcome back to another episode of the King's Indian Attack speedrun. Okay, we're playing against Knight C6 again. And again, we are not deviating. We're going to let them play into what they want to play. If they want to play a reverse perk, then we're going to let them. So Bishop G4. I think last time we played C4 here. Or maybe it was the move after. I think we might have played Knight D2 first. We can always throw in H3. Let's throw it in. Doesn't hurt us. Yeah, and we're really happy about that, especially. And if we can trade off a few pieces, then I think we're actually doing excellent. Actually, so I thought I might want to take it. But I'm not sure, because after trading, there might be some knight b4, knight d4 to attack either c2 or e2. So I'm just going to retreat. I'm going to say congratulations, you've pushed your pawns in the center. And, yeah. And let's continue on with the streak of trying to open things up by playing c4, right? We have a bishop, we want to create tension in the center. And I think this wins us a pawn. Yeah, and now we can take here. Does this win us a pawn? Looks like it does. Because e4 cannot be attacked. Okay, so we have to be just a little careful, but we should be fine. We can play knight c3. And we just develop our bishop next. As long as we're covering d1, we're fine. So I just finished a tournament, by the way. I'm recording this in the morning. And I was so close to getting a norm. But there was a fiasco with the arbiter. They let someone play in the section that wasn't the rating of like the event. But anyways, should I take or should I just like rook d1? Let's go rook d1, right? We're up a pawn, a clean one too, so we want to just trade things off. Knight takes e4 is not possible. What should we do here? Maybe bishop f4 to attack c7. Right? That's a useful move. Anyways, yeah, so I would have gotten a norm, maybe, if I won my last game and played against someone around my rating. And it was a closed tournament, right? And for some reason, they let someone in that was way underrated. Like, usually you can play up if you're, like, within 100 points or something. But they were not even... like they were like 400 points or something off, so that was unfortunate that I got paired, but anyways, should I play e3 here? E3 feels correct. I don't mind playing something like e5 because then I can take b7 instead. I trade the pawn for a better pawn. But this isn't such a bad pawn either. Like, this is a weakness, right? Like, if I go with knight b5, it's annoying to defend. Also, where's their knight going next? Let's just bring the king up. Why trade pawns when you're material, you don't really want to trade pawns. You want to trade pieces. They're not attacking this guy, so I'm just going to continue moving up. And then a3 is going to come after. Yeah, let's play a3 now. And let's continue moving up. Ooh, or we can play f4. I like f4. I gotta be careful that there's no like knight h5 or something, but it doesn't look like there is. And just play bishop f3, just to make sure there's no knight h5, because this is a weak point, right? You gotta be very, very aware of those points. So knight d5 looks like it works. It's not really a threat of anything, but you know, actually it is a threat. It's threatening to trade. And the problem for them is they can't. If they end up trading themselves, I take with check and win their knight. So I'm pretty happy about this exchange. And I'll just go king d3. So I got another exchange in, and I'm very, very happy about that. Let's start rerouting our bishop to this diagonal. It's not really doing anything there, and I don't want to play e5. I want to leave the pawn where it is. So b4. This is one of those positions where we're going to have to do a lot of poking and prodding, as they say. Okay, so we could play bishop d5, force it to go to d8, and then it's actually completely dominated here, funnily enough. And if they ever play knight e6, or if they ever move their knight to one of these squares, then I can actually just take the knight, because the problem for them is the fact that every king and pawn ending is going to be winning. My king is better, and I'm up material. So we're just bringing the king in. And we'll start advancing on this side now. g4. This is the problem for them, is that I don't need to go king a6 here, where they can go king b8. Like, they can defend everything. Yeah, and we just take. And this should be winning. f5 looks best. This creates a pass pawn immediately. And they don't have a pass pawn of their own, so there's no counterplay either. So I'm both threatening king a6 as well as h4, g5, f6, creating a pass pawn there. Let's start with king a6. This won't hurt. Forcing king b8. And then I'll just go h4 here. And it should be game over. h4, g5, f6. They don't really have any moves here, unfortunately. If they go h5, I could actually just take it and then go h6 or f6. Yeah, so they end up just bringing their king over, which makes sense. I'm just going to pre-move this. Okay, let's just go king a5. I don't even need to create a pass pawn over here, so I'm not even worried about it. Yeah, I'll take that. And yeah, it's game over. Good game. Okay, so let's check that one out. Oh, we're almost 1600 as well, which is cool. So this one went pretty smooth, I think. We didn't really do anything too wrong. I'll turn on the eval too. Why not? I'm sure you guys love the eval. Yeah, so taking on f3 was kind of just like not a great decision, because after bishop takes f3, it feels like it's just going to always be a pleasant game. We have the bishop pair, and e4 is not really as scary because it's not attacking our knight. Because, like, generally, if we have to bring, like, a knight here, then our biggest fear is, like, e4, e3 stuff. But I haven't brought my knight there yet, so it's covered, which is great, and that's why e4 is also kind of an extra mistake. Bishop g2 is best, which is good. Bishop c5, and yeah, we could have taken on e4 here. I thought it was more tempting to go c4, because I'm really just trying to open up the long diagonal. And this ended up winning a pawn. I could have also gone knight c3 as well, actually, now that I'm seeing it. Because then we can just take the pawn with a better structure here, which is pretty nice. But hey, we still won a pawn. And it's pretty difficult to get back because we always played knight c3. And yeah, things just start coming off the board after bishop g5. This just feels lost at this point. Yeah, it doesn't really feel like there's too much going on now. Pretty smooth game overall. And again, this bishop d5, knight d8. Just remember, if a knight is ever on the side of the board, consider trying to get your bishop, like there's two squares in between. Because in this situation, the knight is completely dominated, right? Every single square is covered. And because of that, they can't actually move the knight without going into a losing king and pawn ending. So yeah, that's kind of it. That's a big deal, right? So okay, I think that's gonna cover it for the game. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was a bit of a shorter one today, but we learned a valuable lesson, right? Don't take on f3. Don't trade unprovoked. They were provoked with the move h3, but they were not provoked into a trade, in my opinion. They should have either moved back to e6 or even bishop h5. I think bishop f3 is probably the worst decision, just because I guess actually bishop h3 is the worst decision, or just leaving the bishop. But yeah, trading the knight on f3 because we're going for a compact setup. So when we go for a compact setup, trades actually favor us and might swing the evaluation more in our favor, just because then the space doesn't really matter as much. And yeah. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow for another one. And yeah, that's about it. Bye, guys. Love you.